Welcome to Ulua. You live, you work, you art.
Selamat siang, friends. Today we talk to Zen Aufa Bahalwan, and he's from Indonesia. He lives in Jakarta, and we met when we were working together, not at the same projects, but in the same place. We were working for Equipa at the time in Jakarta, in agility. He was a scrum master, I was a national coach, and we worked kind of together. We had meetings with the team, with the rest of the Equipa, and we had some conversations there. And now it's been a long time since we haven't seen or chat together. So here we are, and we will talk about Sense projects, personal projects, also about his projects at work, and a little bit of things, because everyone knows the beautiful beaches in Bali and everything and the beautiful places, but not really. We don't really know Indonesia as a person from there can tell us. So welcome to the show, and see you. Bye bye.
Our guest today is Zen Aufa Balhawan from Jakarta, who is a leader in agility and IT and has great ideas to share with us.
Okay, hello friends. I'm Carol from Ulua, and I'm here talking to Zen Aufa. He's a friend from Indonesia that we met there a long time ago. We were just remembering it was 2019. And so, Zen, what are you doing right now? We are reconnecting after some time.
Yeah, it's been years since we last met, Karuna. And thank you so much for inviting me for this interview. It's been an honor for me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, right now I'm working at a health tech startup as a tech delivery lead. But other than that, I also, active in agile organization in Indonesia, and I also, try to learn new things. And one of the things that I trying to learn right now is about app development and AI as well. So yeah.
Yeah, so becoming up to date with new technology, right? Yeah, but
Yes.
you have been also a Scrum Master and everything there. Yeah.
Yes. My career, it's actually most of my career has been in the role of Scrum Master. Before that, I was a product owner and developer as well, but not for that long. And I've been a Scrum Master, I believe, since 2017 until 2022. Yeah, yeah. The title is between Scrum Master and Agile Coach and all that, but yeah.
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 Yeah, because when you are a Scrum Master, you start doing a lot of things, just organizational change, coaching, those kind of things. Yes, everything. So you're working now in a tech company, and what is your role right now? What are you doing
My
there?
role right now is called Tech Delivery Lead.
Oh,
Actually,
wow.
yeah, in terms of day to day, it's actually not that different from Scrum Master, but there's few responsibility around that I also take by this role. Yeah, but it's been great. It's been fun.
Yeah, I bet. So you have a lot of responsibility now in order to get things done, right? Yeah.
Yes, correct.
And speed up the pace sometimes.
Yeah, depending on the business units, right?
Yeah.
Because as Scrum Master, I tend to focus more on on the team level. Of course, I also do things for the organizational level as well. But as the tech delivery lead, my focus is more on the organizational level. So it's kind of like that.
Yes, yes, and I seen also you're wearing a jacket now. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, I try to I actually trying to figure out what kind of dress code that I might use. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
jacket and a t-shirt is the safest bet. So yeah.
Yes, for technology, usually, yes, the best.
Yeah.
And what about the traditional Indonesian dress code? Is it still a thing there, or not so much?
Yeah. It's still a thing. We have a traditional wear called batik, and
Yeah.
it's been very famous. I see people in some red carpet wearing it, so it's been quite good. But usually, we tend to use batik for a very formal attire. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I try to find something that is in the middle it's formal but still relaxed, still cozy. So
Yes, yes. So for people that don't know about Indonesia, and I had this misunderstanding because when the first time you see men wearing batik shirts, you think, oh, they are like Hawaiian shirts, and no, not at all. They are like super super formal, like wearing a tuxedo, I would say, in the Western
yes,
world, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you
yes,
are
right,
informal actually right now. That's
yeah,
not really to be really really formal in Indonesia. You have to wear a batik. Yeah.
yes, that's
Hmm.
correct. Because when we are talking about Hawaiian, people, go to beach and then relax, right?
Yeah.
For batik, usually people use it when they are doing red carpet, wedding, big events, and things like that.
Hmm. Yes. Yes, I remember that because at first I had that misunderstanding, and many do because we don't know about Indonesian culture. We are like in the
Yes.
opposite side of the world. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and
I believe we have like how many hours of difference? Yeah, about 10, 12 hours different between Jakarta and Buenos Aires, right?
yes, you are now at malam, which is night, right? And
Yes.
I should have started saying that, Selamat malam, and for me, Selamat pagi. so,
Yes.
so
So,
we
what time is it right now over there?
here is 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah, about
Yeah.
10-hour difference.
And you are now in Friday, right?
uh, 8 p.m. Yeah.
But is it Friday or is it Thursday? I always mix up with international time.
It's Thursday right now. Thursday
Thursday.
8 p.m.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, Thursday. So yes, correct. Because I didn't know if I was wondering, did I set the appointment in the right way? Did I not? Because I'm always mess up with this kind of times, international time. Yeah.
Me actually, I have the same experience. Uh, I once have a meeting with people from, I believe it was Rome, and I tried to book, but turns
Yeah.
out I misconfigured the time zone. So that's why I say to them
Yeah.
that, hey, let's meet at 9 a.m. But turns out it's the wrong time. So
Yes.
you need to be really, 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 to be focused when you set meetings in
Yeah,
advance.
totally. Yeah, when I was there, I know I tried to talk with people from here, and it was almost impossible because they were working or I was sleeping. It was like a miss.
Yeah.
I missed so many things. Yeah, it's like that. What we are going to do. But anyways, so we could say just Selamat siang, and that's okay. I'm practicing my
Yeah, it's
little
in the middle.
Indonesian. Yeah. Actually,
Yes, yes, yes.
I was trying to remember before I met you. Oh, how do you say this in Indonesian? Because I have already forgotten more of the things that I had learned there. But anyways.
Yeah, it's been like 6 years, right?
Yes. Yes, a lot of time.
But I forgot you were here in Indonesia for about a year or two, right? Or is it more than that?
No, less actually. I was there 6 months only. Yeah.
Really? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was longer than that. I see.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
see. I see. I see.
Yes,
I
yes.
see. I
For me,
see.
it was no, it was yeah, like a year for me. But I sometimes miss being in Indonesia. Yes, I miss the weather so much because here is
Yeah,
super
yeah.
humid. Yeah, yeah,
Yes, yes. Here is
mm,
either dry season or rain season. There is like only two
yeah.
seasons there.
Yes, yes. I miss that. And also, there are a lot of things that I still have to do there, like learning how to batik. I did some little things there, here and there.
Yeah.
In Yogyakarta, when I went to Yogyakarta, I did some kind of things, but I have a lot still to learn from Indonesia. The dances and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. There's so many. Indonesia is very huge, right? So there's so many culture, so many dances, so many things that you can learn if you want to, go to the culture.
Hmm.
So yeah, hopefully sometimes you can come back here and yeah, we
Sure.
can explore
Yes.
it.
Yes. Yes. And so tell me, because I was looking the other day at LinkedIn and I saw that you are creating an app. Is that is that
Yes.
correct? About what could be in Indonesian, makan, which is food, right?
Yeah, it's the most the things that we do every day, but sometimes the background of it is that sometimes me and my wife, we try to be confused about what should we eat right now, right?
Yeah.
What's for dinner, what's for lunch. So and we have app like Gojek, Grab, which is like Uber Eats in
Mm-hmm.
Europe, right? But they have this recommendation system where you can do infinite scrolling. So what happens is that when we want to figure out what
I
to eat,
remember.
we tend to scroll,
Mm.
and uh, without realizing it's been an hour since we start scrolling.
Yeah.
So that's why, um, because I'm currently learning about automation and AI, I try to figure out, okay, what kind of problem that we can solve with AI, and I figure, hey, this might be a small problem that I face almost every day that can be solved with AI.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is that it's still a prototype right now, so people still cannot use it yet. But what I do is that I try to create a Q&A chatbot
Mm-hmm.
using AI, where I can share to the AI like what type of food that I want to eat right now, what type of ambience that I want to eat right now. Is it for lunch, dinner, or
Mm-hmm.
breakfast or snacks? And then the AI will query from Maps API backend and try to find
Mm-hmm.
which restaurant that is suitable for me. So
Yeah.
without needing to do infinite scrolling, I can just answer a few questions, and then they will recommend to me the restaurant.
Ah, that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yes.
great. And that is super, super used for people that are outside of Indonesia. Here in Argentina, it's kind of used, this delivery thing, but it's not really that much used, at least here in the capital city. And but I know in Indonesia, Makan is a big thing, and everyone asks for delivery of everything. Yeah, I remember being there sometimes asking for food because there's otherwise, in my case, I couldn't cook myself there because I didn't have a kitchen at the moment. But many people in Indonesia just go away or just take delivery, and I think that's a really good approach. And also because I remember this app, Gojek, as you mentioned, and also Grab. I remember, and I had to like look for things, and yes, as you said, there's a mix-up of several things. Not only Makan, but also you have not only food, but you also have I don't know, like massage and everything you can ask through the application.
Yes.
It's like a mess. Yeah,
Yes.
so I
True.
think you will be really successful with that in Indonesia. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think now you mentioned it. I think, yeah, Indonesians really really like doing delivery, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the factor is due to the traffic, because if you
Yeah.
remember, the traffic of Jakarta is quite
Macet.
macet. Yeah, it's quite chaotic. It's quite
Yeah.
packed up, especially during lunch and dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're coming out from the office. So that's why I think delivery is very 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 people really use it here. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think the recommendation system that Gojek and Grab have is quite good, because they try to offer everything you have
Yeah.
from
Yeah, that's the good
yeah,
thing because you only have one app. But yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so every vendors register there, and you can find almost everything. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes too much option can also make you freeze, right?
Yes.
you make you confused with on which one to take, right? So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. It happens. And actually, I remember when I was in Indonesia, everyone paid, for example, through QR. And
Mm,
everything had their phone using for everything for calling the Uber. The only thing that we had at the time here in Argentina was Uber, and it was a
mm,
little bit of a fight with the taxi drivers here. But we didn't have that until I came back. When I came back, I saw that they were starting to implement here in Argentina some apps with QR and paying just easier. And I say, wow, when I was in Indonesia, I say, wow, we have things here in Indonesia that are actually more advanced than in Argentina at the time. And yeah, I think there is where I started using a lot of apps, or at least these apps, in order to do all the things you need. So yeah, that's a good approach. And so this prototype, have you pitched it on any other companies? You're just trying to implement it yourself, or how are you going to work on that? Just for out of curiosity, if you don't want, we can edit this part.
No, it's okay. Because right now I'm still trying to figure it out as well. One of the reason why I share to LinkedIn is because I want to know how many people that thinks that this is useful, and what kind of next step that I could take with this app. One thing that I really realize is that because of automation and AI and all that, it becomes quite simple for us to develop an app or a prototype of an app. But it's an entirely different story if you want to develop it for like thousand of user, million user. The scalability is quite a different level. So that's why I'm still learning about it, but I just want to share that concept to the people, so people know, hey, by doing this, you can create this app that you can use, you can prototype it, and it's much easier for us to make our idea become a reality right now, at least in the prototype phase. So kind of like that.
Yes, that's true. Because one thing is a prototype, and then getting it out in the open to, and for people also, if you don't know, Indonesia has like almost 3 million people, right? The whole country is 17,000 islands. So there are a lot of people there, and in order to have an app running there, you need a lot of money, I guess, to invest in equipment and all those kind of things.
Yes, correct. When we're talking like a super app about like Gojek or Grab, I once read, but I'm not sure the exact number, but their infrastructure cost is quite big, simply because there are so many users in Indonesia. There's so many people that use it. So that is a challenge that I think is quite unique in Indonesia.
Yes. I think it could be compared maybe to Mexico, which has a lot of people, but not that much. Indonesia is really big.
Yes. When we are talking about Jakarta, let me check. I believe there's already more than few millions people in Jakarta.
Yes. I think
there's 11 million people in Jakarta.
11 million only in Jakarta. So imagine, it's a big budget that you have to have there. But maybe you can, I don't know, like pitch it into an existing company or someone that already has infrastructure and want to invest in your project. I don't know.
I think that's quite a good idea, because I think if a company like Gojek, Grab have this, or want to implement this feature, I think it will be very useful, because the problem right now is that of course they have so many vendor and they share all of it to you, but all of these options tends to make people confused. So I think having like this recommendation approach is quite
I think also it is like the next thing now, thinking that we have AI that can help us do these kind of things, maybe to get our app now running in the world, we can update them and make them more efficient, I think. It's a good way to do that.
Yes. And I think when we are talking about app development, there are so many programmers that are also using AI, to do refactor, to do unit tests, because simply AI are quite good at doing some things, but there are still several things that requires like senior programmer to take a look at it. Things like scalability, security, and things like that. So I actually really surprised when ChatGPT released and the mass adoption of AI begins, because when I talk to people, nobody really predicts that it's going to be this way. It really taken the tech world by storm. Suddenly you
Yeah.
have this chatbot that can answer everything, and can help you code, can help you doing tasks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's almost magical. But after experiencing it, I found that yeah, it's good at several things, but there are still several things that needs input from humans still. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Sure. Yes. Yes. It can be a helpful tool, I think, and then you can grow using the AI. We say here, like with some friends, it's like a junior developer that's right beside you, helping you, but you have to
Yes.
train it and you have to know a little bit more. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
actually a perfect analogy. Like having someone by your side that you can, ask them to do things, but you still need to monitor it. You need to still give the instruction. Yeah.
Yes. So, and I was thinking, how is AI in Indonesia now? It's like a big hype, like it was a shy, like I imagine, because that's the way it is here too. So I don't know how are companies using AI there. Had there been layoffs there in Indonesia or not? How this has changed in Indonesia?
Yeah.
Mm.
In Indonesia, AI also taken it by storm. And I believe about 2 years ago is the first time once it become hype in Indonesia. There's turns after ChatGPT release, so many company wants to adopt it, and right now I even have news from people that they are already implementing it, right?
Mhm.
From not only from tech people actually, like telemarketing and then customer service and all that, they also started using AI.
Mhm.
And as your question, is there any layoff happening due to that? Yeah, unfortunately, there's many layoffs that
Yeah.
happening to that.
Wow. Mhm.
I, I see the most impacted one is I'm not sure, it's not based on data, but only based on my observation.
Mhm.
I see that people that is working on like customer service is one of the most impacted thing, because
Mm.
right now when I visit some company, they even not have a real human customer service, but they use AI instead.
Wow.
And of
Mhm.
course, in terms, I don't know, in terms of cost, is it cheaper or all that, but I think it's really um, it's really bittersweet, I think, because from tech point of view, of course, AI is an advancement that can be celebrated, but the
Mm.
impact to the people, it's kind of like, oh man, having like
Yeah.
100 people having like off due to these tools.
Yeah.
But I think this is my personal point of view. I think later on, AI is just going to be a tool. Things like same as we see website or phone as we have right now.
Mhm.
When the internet first launched, when mobile phone first launched, people, really hype about it. Like this is the next big thing. This can do everything. You can search everything here.
Yeah.
But as the time goes, we found out that yeah, it's good at some things, but it's not good at something, and that still requires humans, right? So I
Mhm.
think in the future, AI will be treated just as a tool, but
Mm.
you still need human input, especially for a specialist input over there. But again, I'm not sure whether it's going to be true or not, because as I said before, I'm not even predicting that ChatGPT going to be this big a few years ago,
Yeah.
right? So it's quite a mystery. Yeah, right.
It's uncertain.
Yeah, uncertain,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
How's it going in Argentina, by the way? Is it also becoming a hype over there, or?
Yes, it's also has also become a hype here, and everyone is trying also to use AI to do everything right now. It's I think it's the same. Um, and there have been many layoffs too. People are finding it hard to find some jobs and that kind of thing. And I guess it's also the same, like there it's the hype, and let's see how we reinvent our things, new careers that will be needed. Some companies are realizing, no, maybe I need more people to take care of the knowledge that we already have, like you said, because you can have this like junior person, I don't know, AI helping you,
Yeah.
but you need knowledge, you need certain experience, and your expertise is valid and everything. So I think, yeah, that it has been a hype. I think it will be converted into something else. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
think it's the
agree.
same here. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's actually, for me, it's like surprising, because in Indonesia, I know like this connection, people connection is really important. So that is why I thought your answer would have been, no, everything is the same here in Indonesia. When you said no, there have been layers. It's like, wow, that's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
Uh,
it was not going to happen in Indonesia, that kind of thing. Mm.
yeah, I think what you say is quite true, because in Indonesia the people connection is quite an important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even here we have a saying that called orang dalam, which means
Yeah.
that people usually invite someone who they know to work at their company.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
connection is quite an important thing in here in Indonesia. But I think due to the nature of the business, right? Once the stakeholder, once the management, once the investor see that, hey, by using AI, you're going to cut the costs here and all that,
Mm.
then people are forced to do it, right?
Yeah.
um so that actually quite taken me by surprise as well, because even some people who I know work at a company where their team is quite solid, they are quite close with the management, they can still also be affected with the layoff,
Mm-hmm.
because yeah, the nature of business is kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah. And we are, for example, here in Argentina, we also like to connect with people, not that as much as in Indonesia, but we are like connecting with each other, and we talk, and we have like more friendly kind of way of working, which is, I would think, not the same in Europe or here or in the US. But yes, we are a little bit more connected, not as much as Indonesia again, but it also affected a lot of jobs. And but yeah, it's really surprising for Indonesia, because I think it's a global thing, right? Yeah, I think it's a global thing. Yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
also with cutting costs everywhere. Here in Argentina, cutting costs is something that happens from time to time. I don't know if you are aware, but we are crisis to crisis and to the next crisis all the time. So that is why people is cutting costs all the time. But yeah, really surprising there. Hmm. And what
Yeah.
about, for example, I don't know, I remember shops at customer attention in malls, those kind of things still going on, or you have everything, because also the pandemics changed a lot of things. Everything had to be online, right? And I don't know if many malls and places there in Indonesia have been closed, or they're still uh,
Yeah.
working.
So pandemic hit us quite hard because there are
Mm-hmm.
several lockdowns that happen. But the thing that is quite surprising me is that I think due to the lockdown, people really miss having that social connection, having go to the mall. So after the lockdown has finished, after COVID has finished, mall is even more crowded than before. you know. So we have
Yeah.
more malls that keeps opening up here in
Wow.
Jakarta. Yeah, there's even some location that you can in one location you can
Mm.
walk from mall to other five mall, like in Kuningan, because people here
Wow.
really like going to the mall just to eat, just to meet people, because I think here in Indonesia we really don't have the third place, is it what it's called, space where you can meet with people. So malls is becoming like that, a
Mm-hmm.
place other than home, an office where you can meet with
Yeah.
your friends, chatting
Mm-hmm.
and all that. So that's why almost is quite it's quite big here. It's still big.
Yeah.
Other than that, concert is also quite big here in Indonesia.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
We even have more international singer coming here than before the pandemic, because people
That's
really
great.
want to have that
Mm-hmm.
connection. Yeah.
Wow. No, here is like kind of the opposite. Here in South America, at least from what I hear and what I see, many people don't go out anymore. They prefer to stay at home, and it's like and here in Argentina we have theaters, we have a lot of things, a lot of pubs, and people like to go out, and there are many people coming also from abroad. But we have seen, like, I don't know if also could be because of the crisis, a downs. Let's say we are not going out that much, and that's kind of a thing for people who work in art that I'm related to. They say, well, less people come to the theater, less people come to see the shows, and that kind of thing. Not so much as we thought that could be, but yes, there are some people that don't go out anymore after the pandemic. That's kind of strange.
I see.
So in Indonesia, it was totally the opposite. Yeah, everyone is
Yeah,
out.
it's totally the opposite. I think
Yeah.
it's because people really like having that face to face
Hmm.
connection, meeting up with people. So after
Yeah.
the lockdown, where for months you cannot go outside of your home, then
Yeah.
you become more needed of that connection.
Yeah. I remember during the pandemics, somebody sent me a news that it say, because at first people didn't want to go into their homes, right, in Indonesia, so they put like some kind of ghosts in downtown. Is that
Mm.
correct? Is that true? I saw in
Yeah,
Indonesian
yeah,
news,
yeah.
but then
Because before the government really having the strict lockdown, people really don't want to, to do that.
yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think most of the people in Indonesia as well is having a work where it's really hard to do remotely. Things like if
Yeah.
you're at the mall, or if you're food service industry, you need to go to the
Hmm.
place. So that's why at first people really oppose lockdown from happening, but
Hmm.
due to the condition, the government really put a strict lockdown
Hmm.
for months. But fortunately, I think we got the COVID vaccine is quite fast. So people get vaccinated from the government, and after that, the lockdown is open, and yeah, people have their activity again.
Hmm.
Like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
When I reflect back, I think COVID is quite a weird year for me, because um, especially I work as Scrum Master, right? Where my work is talks to people, talks to stakeholders, solve the team problem, and helping people and all that. So the human connection is quite deep. But after months of lockdown, where I only because I live alone at the time,
Hmm.
at a kos-kosan here, we call it,
Hmm.
like a small room where you can rent, and it's
Hmm.
really near the office. So I really really am alone at the time. So once the lockdown has been lifted and we go to the office, I really need to adjust, because uh, my mind and body has already used to only speaks to people from laptop, and right now
Yeah.
after it's live, I need to start interacting with people again. So it's quite an experience for me, but yeah, fortunately I can do it, and here we are right now.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Yes, thinking about how Indonesians are all the time out and talking and laughing with and at the office all the time. Yes, I think that something that might be strange for you for you Indonesians. Yeah. Yeah, for example, in my case, after the pandemic, I worked mostly from home, just until now, and I don't have problems working remotely actually. But I thought that that is something that cannot happen in Indonesia. People need to see you. to see you that you're real, you're a real person. Yeah, and it's
Yes,
also fun
yes.
working at the office there.
Yeah, I think the culture here is that while some people view works as just a workplace where you don't have a connection, but most of the people that I come with is that tends to see office as their second home. So you have your friends there, you're working together, and even having lunch together, or after office we go to the bar together. So yeah, that's why I think especially for the people, I think because I work at startup mostly, right? So the environment is kind of like that.
Yeah.
So for that, those kind of people, especially if they live alone, the lockdown is quite a challenge, I think.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
for people who have family at home, I don't think that there's different kind of challenge, because they have people that interact with them in the at home, right?
Mhm.
But I also hear that people, especially who have kids, uh, really need to readjust many things, because kids before they go to school, right? But on the
Mhm.
lockdown, they do the school online via Zoom.
Yeah.
So it's quite a challenge for them as well.
Yes. Luckily, everyone has a cell phone there, at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even kids have cell
Even
phones.
kids. Yes.
Yeah, one thing that surprised me is that there are so many kids that know how to use cell phone, use TikTok, Instagram, and all that, but some of them cannot operate computer, because
Yeah.
they know more about phone than computers.
Mhm.
So it's quite an interesting things that I
Mhm.
observed.
Yes. Now that you mention it, yes. Here the same, I think. Not many
Mm,
use a computer. Yeah. Just a phone or a tablet. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And regarding that, do you think that we will need more programmers in the future or not? I think we do, but that's my idea. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting question, and something that I also trying to figure out, because I think, yeah, of course, there are AI that can code for you right now, but it's still not perfect, and there's actually a huge incident happening due to that. There's like this company that use AI,
Mhm.
but use AI agentically, so which mean that the AI doing the coding, and they can do several activities for the developer. So they
Mhm.
just type the prompt, and the AI will do it. And that company, the AI delete the whole company database. So, and it create quite a chaos. So
Wow.
uh, having read that, I think, wow, then that means AI is still not that perfect. There's still
Mhm.
some mistakes that AI can make, and especially when we are talking about company, right? This data is your customer data, and if
Mhm.
you delete it, or even if you leaks it, people can sue you.
Yes.
So, yeah, I
Mhm.
think I think do we need more programmer in the future or not? I think we need more programmer that is more specialized, and have like many knowledge, in security, scalability, and all that.
Mhm.
And they can use AI. Many programmers use AI right now to help them, doing the chores, but we still need input from their side. Uh,
Yeah.
One thing that I also curious is that right now AI is quite hype, right? So I think many people is invest in AI, and I think it brings the cost down. I'm not sure. It's just my assumption. I think
Mhm.
it brings the cost down. But once all of this investment stop, and people want a return from their investment, then the cost of AI is going to go up, right? So what
Yeah.
happened then? Yeah, that's something that I really curious, because
Yeah.
there's so many compute energy that is needed for AI. We also need to talk about the environmental impact, which is things that people tends not to talk so much right now.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that needs to be looked for. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And I'm glad that you mentioned it because that is something that we don't talk about a lot. And I sometimes say why are we using AI for menial things, for trivial things that we don't really need, right? Because we don't think that is having a tremendous impact on the environment. But yes, because it's just available and for free right now, because AI is learning, but that has a cost. A cost.
Yes.
Yeah. I think about that too. Yeah. And I don't know if it will be mentioned sometimes, because I don't know if what's more important right now, if the AI wants to learn and we provide everything that it needs, or if we want to keep the environment a little bit more healthy. I don't know. We will have to think about those things too. Yeah, it's something that's not that mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned that we use AI for small things, right? And I noticed that as well. Some people even use AI for something that you can think, like which one is better, A
Yeah.
or B? You can do your own research. You can think about it. But since AI is available, it's free and it's so easy to use, right? So people, just throw it to AI and wait for answer. But how many compute power needed for that? How many energy needed for that? I think sooner or later the cost is going to go up. And once that happen, and people really, really become attached to AI, then what should we do? So I think really important for us to not to get too attached to AI as well, because
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah.
Yes, totally. I think you froze a little bit right there.
I see. I think
Yeah.
my internet connection then.
Yeah, no problem. We can still go on talking if you want. Well, these kind of things may start to happen, I think, because it's also the resource is the same energy, right? So we need
Yeah.
energy for communications, we need energy for AI, we need energy. And yeah,
Yeah.
that could be
And
something.
I think AI really use that big of energy. That's why I heard people start creating more and more data center. Some people even want to create some solar farm only for AI use, and all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think as long as that energy is renewable, sun and all that, it's quite good. But if we use things like coal, and then the environmental impact is quite big.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the progress is good, and it's really, really a big progress. But yeah, we also need to take a step back and observe, like what is the
Yeah.
impact over that.
Yes. And it's something that, I think it always happens with technology. A new advancement comes, everyone wants to be the one first doing this and that. And we will have intended and unintended consequences, I think. So we will have to measure after the fact. Like we have always to do with many things that happens in life, right? Like the same with
Yeah.
COVID, it happened, and we are still measuring some things that happened because of that. But yeah, it happens with anything
Yeah.
globally happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Kind of like in Scrum, we have retrospective, right? We try to, observe everything that has been happening, then try to find what can we learn from it, and that
Yes.
that is, I think, the most
Mm-hmm.
important thing. What we can
Yeah.
learn, so in the future we don't make the same mistake, or we can do things better in the better way, So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. And you mentioned you have a team, so you actually go to the office every day now, right?
So right now I'm actually working remotely as well for the
Yeah.
past 3 years, actually. Yeah.
Ah,
No, so but as we discussed before, Indonesian people really like connecting face to face, right? So even though my office is working remotely, I tend to meet with people who is on my area, at
Yeah.
least once a month. We can we usually meet at cafe, or we go having exercise together and all that, simply to have that connection, because I think it's quite important.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Indonesians are people persons. People,
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
Orang dalam, as you said. Orang dalam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
True, true.
yes. And have you, because I also know that Indonesians like to stay in Indonesia in general, but have you traveled in these years through Asia or something, or just staying in Jakarta?
Travel to Indonesia, I have to a few cities, like Yogyakarta. I go to Surabaya. Bali is actually my hometown, so I went there several times as well. But I haven't got that many chance to go overseas. I only go outside of the country once, to Malaysia. But this month I have planned to go to Japan. So,
Wow. Yeah.
I
Amazing.
plan to go.
Yeah. Yes. Nice. Nice. Well, I hope to see some photos from Japan then.
Okay, sure
Yeah.
thing. Have we follow each other at Instagram?
No, but we have to. Then I will
Yeah.
share with you so we can follow. Yeah. I think we don't. No,
Yes.
we don't. Yeah.
I forgot about it as well.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Oh, I didn't go to Japan nor China. I would have to go to many things, to many places still. But anyway, yeah, I went to
Yeah.
Malaysia and Singapore when I was there.
Mm.
So you're from
Yeah.
Bali?
Yes, I'm from Bali. My hometown
You're
is
from
Bali.
Bali. Wow, that's beautiful. But you're living in Jakarta. Since when are you
Yes.
living in Jakarta?
So, my parents live in Jakarta, but my hometown, and I was born in Bali. So due to work, my parents moved from Bali to Jakarta.
Yes, yes.
So
Are you
ever since
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
ever since I was little, I've been in Jakarta, but usually each year, every year I go to Bali, at least from when I was a kid till I was in college, to visit my grandpa and grandma. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, that's nice. Yes, I love Bali, really. It's multicultural. Jakarta it is too, but Jakarta is so crowded with people. Well, Bali is crowded too, but it's like you feel like you're on vacation all the time.
Yes, yes, because all the beach is beautiful, and it's more chill there, the vibe, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
actually, Bali is really crowded right now. There are so many people from Europe coming to Bali and stay there for a few months, working from there as well. So it's quite attracting more and more people, But yeah, it's very beautiful. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess after the pandemics, many people moved away from their homes. So maybe Bali is now super crowded. I remember it was crowded when I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more and more crowded each year, because and I think I think you are correct. More people are working from there remotely, because I noticed that there's more and more co-working space there. There's more and more meetups happening there in Bali. So I think more people is coming from Europe, US, or other country, go to Bali and work from there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. And so now that you're going to go to Japan, when approximately?
I'm going to go there at the end of this month, at 27, I believe. Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
nice. Nice. On vacation only.
On vacation, and I also have an event that I want to attend over there, so that's why I go there. Yeah. There are several of my friends that from Indonesia that also relocated to Japan and work there. And that is actually some phenomenon that is happening from last year, which is, it's called Kabur Aja Dulu, where people from Indonesia move to other country, Japan, Singapore, US, and work there, and that's why when I go to Japan, not only I'm going to have vacation, but I'm also going to meet some of my friends there.
Orang dalam in Japan.
Having that connection,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's nice. Wow, so Indonesians are moving now. Wow, that's interesting because I remember every time I asked an Indonesian when I was there, would you like to travel abroad? No, no, I like here, and now it's happening. You are going out of the country to work and that. Wow, yeah,
yes.
that's nice. Yeah.
This year alone, I have like 3 or 4 of my friends moving from Indonesia to Japan for work.
Wow,
So it's
nice.
quite an interesting phenomenon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck with that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes,
nice.
yes.
Yeah. And what else? And I was about to ask for you about as you mentioned, because I saw you were giving some conferences. I saw you on LinkedIn. I've been following you from these years, and you gave several conferences at Agile meetups, also at DevOps. I think you or
Yes.
you were there at the DevOps event. And how do you see this staying in front of the crowd and talking to people? How do you see yourself there? Because not many Indonesians are willing to do that, right? Because I think more people are like kind of shy and they don't want to talk up or speak up. So how was your experience with that?
That is a great question because I was an introvert, actually, not an introvert, an ambivert. So sometimes I become more introverted. Sometimes I have the energy
Yeah.
to, So the first time I go to in front of people, I tend to get scared, and trying to, confuse what should I talk about. What if people judge me? I think that is the one thing that often pops in my head. What if people judge me? What if people didn't like what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
But over time, I realized that, hey, what you're doing here is something that can be good for people. You are organizing and conference and meetups where people can learn, where people can, also talk about new things, met with their peers who have the same interests, so that is a good thing. And even if I talk about something and people judge me, then so what? At least what I'm talking about is already based on what I'm thinking. Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
based on the data that I know, my observation, what I've
Mm-hmm.
learned. So and I want to share to people because I think if we learn about something and we don't share it, then what use it of that knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge for knowledge to be knowledge needs to be shared, and by doing that, even though we can invite critics, more people will critique us, but at least by doing that we can learn some more. So that is something that I put on myself to always remember. But even then, since I'm introvert, sometimes I get like cold sweat before I go in front. But I try to push myself to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great thing you mentioned because many Indonesians I met, they are like kind of shy and everything. And actually, I must confess, I am also an ambivert. And sometimes I have to like gather the energy in order to speak and to be in front of a crowd. I've been helped also because I'm a dancer, so I did dance in front of people and that kind of thing. But every time I like before entering the stage, um, but yeah, and that is something I learned in Indonesia actually, because their people is so welcoming and everything, and I say, well, and someone told me the very first week I was in Indonesia, like every foreign people are crazy. So I say, okay, I'm crazy. I don't care. And I started acting upon that, and it helped me a lot thinking, okay, I'm crazy. People will think wherever they want to think, and I don't really mind. And really, Indonesia helped me a lot in that. So thank you, Mas. Terima kasih, Indonesia. Yeah, I learned that in Indonesia. I was like, somebody, I don't know, and at first, when that person from Indonesia said, every foreigner is crazy, I thought, oh, that's so rude. But then I
Yeah.
thought, well, that's okay. And nobody cares actually. So yeah, it's really good that you have the courage to go in and pushing yourself to go onto stage. Because as you said, I think it's really important for everyone to speak up their personal truths. We could say the things that they know, and if you may like it or not, but you can learn or not again, but at least you can say things and the other can think about other things or can ignite. You never know when you will spark something in others, right? Even though
Yeah.
if it's anger. Yeah, but I don't think in Indonesia nobody's anger anywhere, so that's not a problem. Yeah.
I think that's a great point, Carolina. Especially
Mm.
people in Indonesia or Asia, tends to avoid conflicts,
Mm-hmm.
avoid facing off with people because they are scared. We are scared about what other people thinks of us.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to judge us and all that? But as you said, I think you said it really great. Who cares? At least you say what's on your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Whether people take it or not, then yeah, it's up to them. At least you say it. Especially in working environment, I tend to see people here who didn't speak their mind and only agree with whatever they boss say. Their boss say.
Yeah.
So even though they know what the demand of their boss is not the right way because they afraid of that confrontation, they just stay silent and just do it. But I really don't like that, because you have the knowledge, you have the experience, you are hired by that company to make change, to make things better.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't put your expertise and speaks your mind, then why you are there? So that
Yeah.
is something that I learn, and I always to push myself to to not be afraid with other people, what
Mm-hmm.
other people think of me, even though it's quite hard to do it. But yeah, I try to do it.
Yeah, I remember talking about conflict with the teams there, and it was something. And I remember one saying to me, "No, we don't confront people here. We, even if I'm angry, I will just smile at you, and I will like a kind of passive aggressive thing, and they say I will go and slam the door, but I will be just smiling at you." And I said, but please, if you need something or if you have some discomfort, it's good for you to be open about it, and we can work it out, right? Because if I don't know what's bothering you, I will never be able to help you really. And how do you handle that with your teams? Because that could be a challenge in Indonesia
Yeah,
or in
that
Asia in
that's
general.
something that I face often as well. Not in my current workplace, but in
Mm-hmm.
my previous workplace. That happened. People really, especially since we do Scrum, right? On sprint planning, people just agree, yes, 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 yes.
Mm-hmm.
But on their backs, they were like, I don't like this, I don't want to do this and all that. And yeah, and it really hurts, because I think some people, because they didn't speak their mind, what they do is that they do it, but they don't do it wholeheartedly. So
Yeah.
even though they actually disagree, but because they didn't want to have that conflict, they was like, yeah, okay, whatever you say, I will do it, but they didn't do it wholeheartedly. So what happened is that the project went well. People things get messy. People didn't like each other, conflict and all that. So it's hard to do that. But what I do is that I try to make that space to be a safe space for people to speak,
Mhm.
because since the thing that people afraid the most is that if they say something and it will anger other, it will make other judge them, or even worse than that, it can make them get fired. So the first thing that is needed is to make sure that the environment there is safe. There's physiological safety,
Mhm.
psychological safety there. So people can speak their mind, and it's not instant. Usually, even after months or year, I still need to ask everyone, or have like using powerful question to bring make their speak their mind. But little by little you can do that.
Mhm.
And I think once that has been the physiological safety has been set, and people can be sure that they can speak their mind freely, then people will start
Mhm.
sharing things, sharing if there's any other approach that can be taken to solve this, share if there's any win-win solution, all that. So yeah, that is the way that I do it, but it's not easy. It's really really not easy. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I think it will take some time in order for new generations maybe are more open like you are. And yeah, I think maybe new generations will change that eventually, step by step. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm quite curious actually on how Gen Z and Gen Alpha are going to be in the workplace,
mhm.
because I haven't got an experience working with Gen Z or Gen Alpha yet right now. But I'm curious. I do really hope that they can speak their mind, because at least it's going to solve the a major problem that we have before by people not speaking their mind.
Mhm.
So I have read this book called what is it? Radical Candor
Mhm.
before, and I think it's a really really good book where you it's the author is coming from Apple, I believe, and they share like some stories about how people need to speak, candorly, need to speak their mind, and it's really really important to do that. And uh, I think
Yeah.
by learning that and having uh, working with people not only from Indonesia but from outside of it as well, like you and all the people in Ekipa, it's kind of like uh, make broaden my view. So I know that the way we do it in Indonesia is not the only way to do it, and there's actually a better approach that we can take to do this. So yeah, I
Mm.
think I'm really grateful of my time working there.
Yeah, I think Equipa was a really. This is the place where we met, the show where we met. We actually didn't work together, but we
Mhm.
would meet from time to time and talk some things. And I think that was really great because there were people from all around the world. So you can meet and see, oh, they're doing things like that in that other place. And also for me, it was a huge learning. I have a lot to thank for to Indonesians because really I learned a lot from other ways of doing things, even a little bit more slowly, more calmly. Because if we are in here in Argentina, we are like more like paced up, and we are all the time speeding up things. Um, but there had I got a new perspective of how things are done. Working there, also talking to people from Europe and everything. Yeah, so I think it's really, really good. And as you said, I think that maybe new generations will be different, right? And maybe at the same time, there's the chance that we lose the tradition, the way of things have been done all the time. So, yeah, it's like we have to find a balance there. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I
Mm.
think I really agree with you. Because
Mm.
the culture that we have, the way we interact with people from
Mm-hmm.
our time, it's quite different than the new generation doing it, right? Right now they have TikToks, they have Roblox, and
Mm-hmm.
all that. So the culture is quite different, but I think we can find a balance because at the end of the day, all of us is humans, right? And
Mm-hmm.
once we see other people as human, then we can try to um, understand their perspective, and from there we can try to find the balance. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yes, yes, certainly. And now that we work, as you said, with people from all around the world, this, I think, it's the good point that maybe we can find that balance between all the cultures. But I don't know, because in some teams that I work that are multicultural, sometimes they try to push the others that are a little bit more slower. They try to push like get into balance, and maybe we can get into balance. Sometimes it doesn't happen. It takes a lot of effort from everyone to do so, but I think it can be done. Yeah. That's a nice reflection, I think.
Yeah, I think yeah, I really agree with you because right now working with people globally, especially remotely, right? Many backgrounds, many cultures. The most important thing that I think we need to have once we join a global company where people are distributed is that we need to understand that the way we are doing things is not the only way. So you need to be curious. I think that is the most
Mhm.
important thing. You need to be curious, like how they are doing things over there, why they are doing it that way, and is there any things that we can learn from them, or if we think that there's some things that they can learn from us, then we can also you know try to learn from each other. Because I think the most important thing is that for us to be curious with other people and to be open to other people. Because once we think that our culture is the best and it's the only way, then we blocks other people, and it's by doing that, it become quite difficult for you to work with people from other country or globally, and especially with distributed team, because you have a different time zone, you never met face to face. So building that empathetic connection can be quite a difficult thing, but it can be done only if both party want to do it. So I think that's the important thing.
Yeah, it takes some effort, but it can be done, as you said. Yeah. And
Yes.
now that you mentioned that you're interested in Japan, for example, is it that culturally it's like working the same as working in Singapore, or they have different approaches? Because I've known
uh,
a little bit more about Singapore, but I don't know exactly about Japan. Just
I
out
do
of
know.
curiosity.
Yeah. Uh, I actually didn't know that much about their working culture, but what I know is that Japanese is really proud of their work, So work is becoming a cultural identity there. So if you are working there like as a salaryman or as in a big corporate company, then your family or your neighbor, will have a good perspective about So um, and some of their I do heard some culture where they tend to becoming a little bit of workaholic due to that. But what I heard from my friend is that right now not all people is doing that, so there's like also like cultural shift from generation to generation there as well. But yeah, that is something that I'm also quite curious. I want to learn about it there.
Yeah, because I heard that too. That the Japan like are more workaholics, but yeah, it could be. Yes, because new generations I think have challenged the whole world, also technology, and yes, that is something that is happening here too. My generation here in Argentina is kind of workaholic, but now new generations are kind of going to the opposite side. So like a bit complicated for also for us the older ones to understand how things work right now. But yeah, hmm, yes. So
Yeah.
I think everyone will have to adapt to the new things.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah. I think
mm,
the really constant change in this world is change. The only constant thing that happening in this world is change. So you always need to adapt to new things, to new generation. And it really different, right? Because growing up, maybe our generation didn't have that much exposure to things happening instantly, but new generation, because of the internet, tablet, phone, and all that, they tend to have things instantly, so uh, they have different perspective, to work than us. So I think it's important for us to be curious why they have that perspective, and also at the same time also share our perspective to them, just so they can learn that, hey, there are things that you do great, but you also can learn from your older generation, like how the older generation might be more loyal to the company, or have like work integrity and all that. I'm not saying the new generation didn't have that. Of course, they can have that, but we can learn from each other, and only by being curious and want to learn from each other, we can become a better person.
Yeah. And that is a great thing that I appreciate that you mentioned, that learning from the older ones. That is something that in Asia is taken into account a lot. But here, for example, in the west side, we don't do that much, because we say, oh, all the people, they no, just they are all, get them away from me. But I think that in Asia in general, that is something that you take care of the older ones, and you learn from them all the time. That is something really good. Yeah, maybe it's because I'm getting older. I don't know. I think no, old people still matter.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think what you said is true. In Indonesia, we try to take care of our elder and learn from them. But I think we still need to find balance. Because if you learn from the older people, but you do what they ask without having critical thinking, or having shared your view, then sometimes it also might not be the best choice. Because there are things from the newer generation that might be that can be shared to the older generation, so we can both find the win-win solution. Like for example, I noticed that, not I noticed, but this is my experience. There are I have experience where I work at a company, and the leadership team is quite old. So he often asks their team to do things based on their intuition, because they are having years of experience on the market. They said they already know in and out of that market, and I do believe that. But I think it's also important for the new generation to share to them, like, what is the market condition right now, what is the, based on data, what is happening right now. Because uh, their experience might be useful, but the market condition might also be changed. So we need to find the balance. Not only use the experience, but also use the data, so we can make a decision that we can be certain that that is the best way for us. So yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the balance is important.
Yeah, I think you're correct on that one. Yes, because the new generation, for example, I think if I were to ask, I don't know, I want to start an app and promote it, for example, on TikTok. I don't have a TikTok, so I don't have no idea absolutely what's going on in TikTok. So I would ask, I don't know, my niece, maybe she's younger. So yeah, I think we need to learn from them. Yeah, from well, I'm kind of in the middle, so I have to learn from the old people and also from the young ones. Yes, because if not, you are only stuck with your perspective, and losing maybe some experience that people have had experience, and say, no, don't go this way because we are going to have a bad time if you do that. And also new people say, no, but this new thing that you can do and maybe it's better than the one you were using, more effective, more productive. And so yes, we need to find the balance.
Yes, I agree with
Yeah.
you.
That is nice. Yes, that's another thing I really learned from Indonesia, and I saw that difference that here we don't take that much care of adult people, or we say, I feel like that sometimes that people say, no, but you don't know this or you don't know how to do that. And I remember saying this to my dad when I was younger, and I said, no, you're too slow, for example. But yeah, my dad had a lot of other knowledge that I didn't, and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. In
Yes.
Indonesia, I think, especially usually parents, especially when you haven't worked yet, parents tends to overshare, overshare to their children on how to do things, and things like that. And I think it's great, because the children can know their perspective. But sometimes, I'm not a parent yet, but once I have kid, I also want to learn their perspective as well. Because as you said, we need to find the balance. We have the experience. We have experienced that before, so our knowledge might be useful to do that. But there might be some variable that is different, so we need to learn from the new generation as well.
Yes. That's nice. Yes. But you're younger than me. I don't know if you can share. I think we.
Is it
They're much
really?
bigger.
I thought we are in the same generation.
Yeah, maybe in the same generation, but I think you're a lot of younger than me. I'm 47 right now. You're much more less.
What?
Yeah.
I thought you were 30.
No, I wish I was 30. No, I'm 47. Yeah.
I see. I'm 31 years
Well,
old
thank
this
you.
year. Yeah. But yeah, I think you really look young, Carolina. That's why I thought you're still in your 30s.
No, I'm much more older right now, almost 50. So yeah.
I
So I
see.
can call you Mas. That is why I always call you Mas. Is that correct? Yeah. You can call me Ibu. Yeah, for people that doesn't know, Ibu is for older women, and Mas is for younger men, and Ba is for older men, and what is for? I've never called that for younger girls, for younger ladies.
Younger girl is Mbak. Older man is
Mba.
Pak.
Mba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mba. Mba is for men, for older men. It's kind of
Yeah.
confusing. Yeah. Mba.
Yeah.
Pa. Pa?
One
Ba?
thing that
I don't remember.
pardon?
I don't remember. Is it pa for men or
Pak.
pa?
Yes.
Pa.
PAK is for men. Mbak is for
PAK. Pak.
younger one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed here in Indonesia is that because before people like in the malls tends to call other people bu, right? Their customer bu, but because people didn't want to be perceived older, right now everyone call each other kak, which mean like sister.
Ka.
Kak, yeah.
Ka.
Yeah. So
Okay.
because I think because they don't want to offend their customer by calling it bu or pak, so they just call.
Yeah. That's nice. Well, that's better. Ka.
Yeah.
And that applies for men and women? Or
Yes, it's the same for
and
men.
it's easier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember when I arrived in Indonesia and somebody said no, and Anthony actually was. We know Anthony. Yeah, and he told me no, you have to call this for men, this for, and I always got everything confused. But I remember when I talked to you, I always said mas. So I remember younger people is mas, younger men. Yeah, just for only for men I use that mas, and just for younger men. I didn't remember that much about if you were older, if it kind of confusing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult, right? Because if you're talking with someone younger, then you need to call it this, older than this, man,
Yes.
woman is different, So yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And I think because I had a friend that went to Japan a few years back, and she told me that in Japan they have even more like names
Hmm.
for different people. I don't know if that's true or not, but I think like they
Uh,
have several types of
I
ways.
think, yeah, I think they have quite different, I know that for your boss, usually you call it sensei, but
Ah,
I'm not sure from other than that, But yeah,
mm,
Japanese people tends to, quite be respectful to
yeah.
each other, So I believe, yeah, I think they also have many call name
Hmm.
for older man, older woman, younger man, younger woman, and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think you will have many problems talking in Asian in general because every Asian has like this kind of respectful way of talking to different people. So I don't think that's a problem really there. At
Yeah.
least if you are with a smile and maybe say, "Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
sorry," and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
they
yeah, yeah. I, I, I think people also, if you mistakenly calling it, especially if you're not local, then yeah,
yeah.
it stands to be okay.
Hmm.
Sometimes people think of it's as funny as well, so it's still okay.
Yes. You laugh at us.
No, 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 no.
No, no, no. It's funny. It's funny. No. I always had a laugh about that because I say, "Oh, I don't know how to say that," and then somebody would tell me, and I say, "Oh," and they would have a laugh, but just smiling and being friendly. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes. Yes. Oh, it
So,
was really fun.
based on your experience, Carolina, working with people from Indonesia and in Argentina, what do you think is the biggest difference from people working with people here and there?
Well, here we are super, super speedy and working. It's like under pressure. I don't say speedy, but we are under pressure most of the time.
Mm.
It's like kind of the culture. But again, it's changing along with new generations. So sometimes things have slowed down a little bit here. I come from a generation where not every boss was like this, but sometimes they would yell at you, and that was like kind of generally accepted at first. Right now, it's not the same. People that do not really, which is, I think, a good thing that has happened. They cannot yell at you. There are still some people that do, but in general, culturally, in organizations, it's not allowed. And but yes, it's kind of more pressuring thing. We are like, I think it's because of our culture that we want to get results almost instantly. We are like hardworking and doing things and like a very productive kind of way of working. And I saw that Indonesia is like more relaxed. And for example, people is put first. Here, work is put first. In Indonesia, people is put first than work itself. And I've also seen that in Indonesia, for example, religion is respected, which here has nothing to do with religion. Work is work, and that's it. But there you have, for example, if you're a Muslim, you have your place in order to mushola mushola, right? Where you go
Yeah.
and pray inside of the company and everything. You have everything set up. And here, no, you are just there to work and work, work, work. It's like
I
it
see.
makes, even though we are friendly in the sense that we can sometimes, especially in the not here in the capital city, but in the other cities, people will finish work and go out and go to a pub or a cafe or something and have some drinks or have coffee together. That is something that is done not that much here in the capital city, but we are like kind of friendly with our coworkers and that kind of thing. not as much as in Indonesia, for example, or in Asia. Like people is more, you are like more like a community, more communal. I would say that in
Yeah.
Argentina. Yeah, that's totally different. Yeah. And right now, as I mentioned, many people want to work from home because it's also a cost going to the office and that kind of thing. Even though here people complain a lot about macet, which we don't have
Oh,
macet that much as in Indonesia. Now they don't know what macet is. Traffic jam.
yeah.
We don't know really here in Argentina, but we complain anyways. Yeah. In Mexico
Yeah.
City, yes, they do have really bad traffic jam. But here in Argentina, no. You can in certain days spend, I don't know, 1 hour maybe stuck, but that's not really that much because it's the capital city. But in Indonesia, you can stay up to 3 hours stuck in Machet, right? It's
Oh,
really
yes, yes, yes,
yeah.
yes, yes.
So I promise, actually, before going to Indonesia, I've been to Mexico, and I say I will never ever complain again about traffic because yes, here is nothing. The traffic is really good. And but yeah, I think regarding work is that we are like more feel ourselves under pressure. That's another thing, and sometimes the pressure is also coming from outside, so we have like more pressure for work. Yeah, but in Indonesia it's more relaxed and um, people is first.
Yeah.
And people are first, so that's nice also. Mm.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes,
I,
it's
I, I
everything
agree
is
with
more
that.
relaxing. We will go and have lunch with our coworkers, and yeah, that was really nice. Mm.
Yes. Especially if you're working in corporate, like
Yeah.
they have like many amenities for you, but people is put
Hmm.
first. So yeah, it's a good thing.
Yes. Yes, that is
Yeah.
something I would say. Don't lose that, please, because I can see now from what I'm talking to you that Asia in general has become more productive, and that
Mhm.
is how we are here, like super productive, and maybe it's not that a great thing. We are not, well, I don't know, but we are like in terms of productivity in the same way like the US and maybe Europe. So we are like
Mm.
paced up. Um, yes, we are like kind of speedy in that way, but we are a little bit more friendly than in other countries in the sense that we gathered too. Like in Indonesia, we gather with our coworkers and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Not that much, but
Be-
yeah. Hmm.
Because in country like US, like they have like this split between work and life. So
Hmm.
so in work you only work, yeah, and then
Yeah.
after you go home, then it's a different life. So yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that is kind of the same what I see here in the capital city in Buenos Aires. It's like, yeah, most of the people are like, because also of the distances, which are not as much as in Indonesia, but people say, oh, I have to travel 1 hour to home and that kind of thing. But if you are in the interior of the country, if you are in another city, people are, I don't know, maybe. Um, Very near from the office, so they gather more and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
nice. That's nice. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So yes, but I've seen yes more friendly Indonesia for work. Mm. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
think I think that is something that you know if I go to work outside of Indonesia, I think that is something that I will miss the most. And I
yeah.
think people who work abroad try to compensate it by having Indonesian community there.
Mm.
So my friends who work at Japan, they now have Indonesian community there, and they usually meet up after office, or on the weekend, just
Hmm.
to have friends who you can talk to. So yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I think that is really good to have a community. Mm. And I also was thinking that In Indonesia, beside the community, you also have like Makan all the time. Makan is a
Yeah.
big thing there. Yeah, here not that much.
Ah,
Sometimes you could have, I don't know, a monthly meeting for eating asado we have here, which is then kind of, it's not a barbecue. We don't like being called barbecue, but some kind of that we do.
nice.
But there in Indonesia, it's all the time. The food is like everywhere, present everywhere. Every time you meet over food and that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
it's
yes,
super
yes,
present.
yes,
Yes.
yes. Food is
Yeah.
very important here in Indonesia.
Yeah. Super, super important. Yes. Here, not that
Yes,
much. Yeah.
I
Here, not that
see.
much.
I see.
So
I
that
see.
maybe you might miss that. Wait a second. That I think I need to connect this.
Okay.
I don't want to miss battery. Ahí está.
Yeah.
No, it is. Yeah. So yes, Makan is something because when I saw that were starting this up about Makan, I said, "What else in Indonesia? Makan is everything." And you know
Yeah.
what? I had a restaurant here, an Indonesian restaurant here in Buenos Aires that I used to go to, but now it has closed. So I don't know where I will find my nasi goreng. I
Oh
miss I
no.
miss it. Yes, yes, yes. I was so happy when I found that Indonesian place here. Yeah.
Is it the restaurant is popular here or not so much?
Not so much, actually. No, it wasn't. And it was closed after the pandemics. I think it closed.
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
I
have
think
here, we are more like, we have like Asian food, but it's like a mixture of things. Yeah.
yes, yes,
It's not the
yes,
same
yes.
as Indonesian specifically.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, especially I think Chinese food and Thailand food is having more exposure, right?
Mm.
Over there, So yeah,
Yeah.
Indonesian food, I think we need to go to other country to become more to go global.
Yes. Yes, yes. And I had Indonesian food, I remember, after the pandemic in a gathering that the embassy here, Indonesian embassy, sometimes makes this kind of gatherings. And I haven't gone that much, but they also have some dances from Indonesia and those kind of things. I heard one person that I met once. She told me that she was learning to play. I forgot the name. This amazing. Oh, I forgot the name of this instrument that's
Hmm.
in Indonesia.
Is it
That is super huge.
gamelan?
Gamelan,
Gamelan.
yes, the gamelan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, she was
yeah.
learning to play that gamelan here
Ooh.
at the embassy. Yes, when I went to
Oh,
the embassy, they have a huge gamelan in front. Yeah. So yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
nice. We have some connections with Indonesia. I mean, politically and country with country, but I haven't seen that many Indonesians here. Only
Hmm.
those places when I met, and they didn't have food at the time, and I asked them, "Where can I food from Indonesia?" Uh, but yeah, and I was talking to some guys there from Indonesia also. Hmm.
I see. I see.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. But
Yeah.
at the time I wanted to talk to them, I didn't remember any Indonesian, and so we like, and they didn't know English, so it was like
Yeah.
kind of complicated. But yeah, hmm
I see. I
hmm
see. I see.
it was nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Does that kind of gathering happen often in the Indonesia embassy over there, or?
Yes, they have. I follow them on Instagram too, and they have like this. Sometimes they have like dances or gatherings
Mm,
for um, displaying some activities that are done in Indonesia and that kind of thing. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
see. Wow, that's
Hmm.
interesting.
Yes. Yeah, but it's not that known in Indonesia here. Only Bali, because of the people go there on vacation and that kind of thing. Yes, from Argentina, a lot of people go, but only
I
for
see.
vacation. Yeah.
I see. I
Mhm.
see. I see. I see. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I need to follow Argentina embassy here just in case they do things like that here. You know.
Yes, I know because when I went there, they teach how to dance tango there in Indonesia.
Oh,
Yeah, so if
oh,
you
that's
want, you
fun.
can go.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
and there's also an Argentina. It's not exactly Argentinian because it's kind of English, Spanish, and a bit of Argentinian things in a place there. I don't know. I don't remember the name, but I follow them. I think it's La Posta. I think it's
Hmm,
a restaurant there, right? Yeah, but it's not really, really Argentina. Sorry,
I
guys, for
see.
La Posta. But they do have, yeah, because they have a little mixture of things, but they do have, I think they do make dulce de leche, which is our sugary thing that we like a cream, and it's really nice. But I don't think if Indonesians like that
Mm,
because it's sugary, and I know you only eat mostly like spicy food, so I don't know if you like
yeah,
it. You like more spicy then yeah.
we really, really like spicy food.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
miss a lot. For example, when I was there, I missed the food here because we have a good red meat, and we have also this dulce de leche. We have some certain things that in Indonesia that are sweet, and in Indonesia, sweet is not a thing. I miss
yeah.
that in Indonesia.
I
Actually,
think
yeah.
yeah, more and more people is going to for sweets thing here. You know, we have like boba tea and matcha latte and things like that here now. But yeah,
Ah, mhm.
people still like spicy food.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
yes, much more spicy and rice. Nasi, nasi,
Yeah,
nasi
rice.
everywhere.
You need nasi. If you haven't eat nasi, then you haven't eat.
Yeah, and you know what? When I came back for a year, I didn't eat nasi.
Oh,
I had too much in Indonesia.
yeah. Yeah, because it's everywhere here, right? All restaurants serve nasi,
Mhm.
you know. So
Yeah, rice is everywhere there. Yeah, but now I miss it, of course. Anyways, okay.
so I'm curious for carbohydrate. What usually Argentinians eat? You know, because people in Europe use bread, right? And in Indonesia we have nasi. So how about in Argentina?
Hmm. We have bread also. Yeah, and I don't know what exactly has carbohydrates because I don't know that much about nutrition. But but we have. I will tell you the things that we have here that you don't have that much there. For example, cheese.
Hmm.
You don't have that much.
Ooh,
Cheese
yeah, yeah,
here we
yeah.
have a lot. Cheese, milky
Nice.
things. Well, you have a little bit because of the Indians that I were working with. They use a lot of milk. But at the supermarket, I didn't find cheese, or it was really expensive. I remember.
Yeah,
We
true,
eat
true.
also a lot of vegetables here. Then in Indonesia, it's not that much. I
Yeah,
mean, salads are really expensive too. Yeah.
true,
Hmm.
true. Yeah,
And red
not many
meat.
people eat salad.
Hmm. Yeah. And red meat is also other thing that we have here plenty, and it's really good. Our red meat. I actually
Nice.
sorry. I have to if Anthony will hear this, but I don't like that much Australian food, Australian meat.
Oh.
He will want to kill me. But Argentinian meat is really good. I mean, it's more tender and that kind of thing. Australian food meat. What I found out is that it's kind of more um how do you say like yes, hard to chew, let's say. But we have here like
Ah,
meat that is really good. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, people of the world, we are saying the food are not that good, but now, yeah, that is really good here. Red
I
meat,
see.
and we also have chicken, of course, but red meat is really great here. And we have also, because we have a lot of cows, we have milk and we have cheese and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. In Indonesia, I think chicken is far more dominant than red meat. So that's why, most of the food here is chicken, eggs,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
red meat is quite expensive here. Like for a steak, you tend to spend more than double than chicken, So
Yeah.
that's why I think
Mhm.
people mostly eat chicken here.
And you have also bebek, which I miss a lot.
Bebek, yes.
Really good.
Bebek is dark, yeah, and it's quite good as well.
It's really good.
But if you have cholesterol, then you cannot eat bebek because it's really bad for your cholesterol.
Yeah. Okay. It's like here if you have cholesterol, you shouldn't eat that much red meat, right? Oh, so that bebek is not that good. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, the taste is quite good. Especially we have like from region called Madura. There is bebek Madura. It tastes really really good. But if you have cholesterol, then yeah, your cholesterol level going to spike after eating that.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
that's good to know for the next time I go to Indonesia.
Yes. If you come here, then please let me know, and we can,
Yeah, of course, yes.
tour.
I don't know. I think it will be several years before I went back, but I go back. But yeah, yes.
Yes.
Terima kasih mas for speaking with me during this interview.
Sama-sama, Corona. Thank you so much for having me. It's been such a blessing, not a blessing, but an honor, and I really enjoy talking with you again.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, I really liked it. Yeah. Well, maybe if when I go back to Indonesia, not maybe, I will go back someday. I hope we can find again and just have a chat. Yeah.
Yes, sure thing.
Yes.
Or maybe someday I will go to Argentina.
Yeah, why not? Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Please come. Please come to Buenos Aires or here to Argentina and we will meet. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
sure thing, sure thing.
Yes. Okay, and thank you so much. And I hope you have the best of your life and your career, and also with the things you're learning and doing. So, for success. And I hope everything is okay there. And we will
Thank you
see
so
you
much.
soon. We will talk. We will continue talking. So,
Yeah. Thank you so much. I also pray for all the best for you. I really, really enjoy having this conversation.
yeah,
So
me too.
yeah. I hope for all the best for you. And also, guys, if you're seeing this, don't forget to subscribe and like this video.
Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. Please subscribe and also follow up on the content. You know what? I mostly talk with artists. So if anyone of you guys that are listening or any topic in life, I think it's really important. If you want to contact me, you can also be here on the channel and we will talk just like we did with Zen here. So thank you. That's an Indonesian thing, a freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that so much. That was crazy. Okay, thank you so much, Sen, and I hope we
Thank you so
can
much.
talk soon.
Yes, sure thing. See you soon, Carolina. Thank you.
See you.
Stay tuned for Uluwa's next episode.